Hi, I'm Dr. Matt, and this is my health story. Growing up, my parents didn't know a lot about nutrition. They were extremely loving and extremely supportive of everything I would do and my sisters would do, but they didn't know a whole lot about what was the best foods for us to be eating. And they tended to allow us to eat the foods that we wanted to eat. So that would be things like Swedish fish, Sour Patch Kids, white breads and pizza pockets. Deep dish pizzas actually were one of my favorites growing up. However, at about the age of 16, I had been experiencing a lot of stomach pains, and just basically after every meal my stomach would hurt. And I definitely didn't feel like I was basically getting the most out of my body. So my mom bought me this book called Walking in Divine Health, written by this medical doctor, Don Colbert. And in it had all these ideas about how eating vegetables and fruit and nuts and seeds and making sure that my meats were clean meats and grass-fed and not all this processed food and hydrogenated oils and all these things, these could actually make a difference in my health. Amazingly enough, by the grace of God, I'm gonna give this a go, because I wanted to play college basketball, and I was at that point like 5'8" and 120 pounds, which gives you no opportunity to do that. So I started slowly but surely. I changed my diet, started adding more fruit into my diet, got rid of the soda pops, stopped eating deep dish pizzas, and I noticed that, geez, my digestive system feels better simply by doing nothing more than just changing my diet, which is awesome. That led me then down this whole road to natural medicine. Went and got my doctorate at Bastyr University, and now have been seeing thousands of patients over the last 8 years, helping them transform their health with simple lifestyle interventions. That single choice to read that book and to implement the things that were in that book has led me down this path to where now, of course, I'm practicing natural medicine, and I eat organic food, and I exercise regularly, and I love everything to do with health, and that's just my crazy passion, is to figure out how to make people healthier and enable them to make the choices that would enable health in our bodies. And one thing that always comes up is thinking about the things that are in our control versus things that are out of our control when it comes to making lifestyle health decisions. So, things like, was I breastfed as a child? Was I vaginally delivered? Was the environment I was raised up in, did I have loving parents, nurturing parents that were there for me? Did I feel safe? All these things. Did my parents feed me organic food? Was I raised on a farm? Was there pesticides everywhere? Was Roundup sprayed all around everywhere I played when I was growing up? All these things aren't necessarily in my control, because I'm just a little baby, I'm a little kid. However, as I get older, there are things that become in my control. Now, as an adult, things like what food do I eat? What food do I feed my children? How much sleep do I get? Do I take time to sleep? Am I getting good sleep? Restorative sleep? Am I creating margin in my life so that I'm not rushing everywhere in just this continual stress ball? Do I smile? Do I have a positive mindset, and am I continually feeding my mind and my body with things that are going to build health physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally? Or am I having a kind of deflated demeanor all the time? Am I yelling, screaming? What am I doing? Those things are all in my control. I can control my body. We may not think we can control our body, but we can control our body. So we need to take control. It is the best interest of our health to take control of the things we can control. So you can control what you put in your mouth. It can seem difficult because we all have these cravings and all of these desires, but that's why we're here. We're gonna figure out what drives you and what drives me, and enable us to make the decisions that will tomorrow be just a little bit healthier, and the next day be just a little bit healthier. So you can control the activity you get on a daily basis. You can control the food you put into your mouth. You can control the sleep, what time you go to bed, what time you're gonna get up. You can control those things. All of us have different things going on in our lives. We have different jobs, different, responsibilities, children, husbands, wives, single. There's all these things, but we can control the food, the sleep, the activity, the mindset, what we're putting our time and energy into. We can control those things. So let's do it. I think it would be highly profitable for you to sit down and say, okay, what is my health story? If you could strongly consider, what is it that I can do right now? One decision I can do right now that I can just write down real quick and say, okay, I'm gonna do this right now. Maybe I'm gonna wake up in the morning and instead of jumping on my iPhone, I'm going to sit at the edge of my bed for 2 minutes and just contemplate how this day is gonna go. Maybe I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. Maybe I'm gonna do 10 air squats. Maybe I'm gonna walk out and get 60 ounces of water and down it first thing in the morning, as opposed to doing, jumping out of bed, throwing our clothes on, grabbing a Pop-Tart on the way out with a coffee and rushing off to work. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of margin to work with. I'm gonna give myself, an extra 2 minutes tomorrow to work with to empower my health for today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below and let us know what positive or negative health pattern you were either trying to implement or get rid of.